Hi everyone, Aiden here with Etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Etrailer Ball Mount for 2-inch hitches. This is going to be a pretty basic ball mount, giving you everything you need to get started towing. Let's check it out. So when I say it gives you everything you need, I mean it's out of the box, ready to tow. The ball comes pre-attached and pre-torqued, so no need to break out a vise or a torque wrench. And hitch pin and clip is also included. So a lot of ball mounts won't come with this. It's just a nice little add that you don't have to pick up separately if you don't have one already. A couple of things that are important to know. As it comes, you're going to have a 2-inch drop in the platform, and it's going to give you a 2-inch ball to hook up to. So if you've got a 2-inch coupler on your trailer, that'll work just fine. And altogether, this is going to give you a weight capacity of 10,000 pounds. That's your gross trailer weight rating, how much weight it can pull, and a max tongue weight of 1,000 pounds. That's the maximum downward pressure on the end of the ball mount. Keep in mind that's what the whole ball mount assembly is rated for, not necessarily your hitch or your truck or vehicle that you're using. So be sure to go to your owner's manual, check your weight capacities, and go by the lowest rated component in the whole towing system. With any other ball mount platform, you can flip it around in the receiver tube to get a rise position, and this is no different. It'll give you a 3/4 inch rise out of that same platform. Just keep in mind that that means you have to untorque and retorque the ball in that new position. So if you're looking at this knowing that right away you need that rise position, this kit isn't for you. It's just going to be extra work to get the ball rolling. In that case, I'd recommend something separate where the platform and the ball are separated and you attach it yourself. Otherwise, if you think this will work for you, you need that drop position, and down the road you decide, okay, now I do need a rise for a new trailer, this will work just fine. Or maybe you need to swap out that 2-inch ball for a 2 5/16. Again, in the case of a new trailer, you can do that too. Now I'll pull this out of the hitch to show you, but this ball mount is going to have a solid shank. And that's going to make the whole thing a little bit heavier, but also that's what gives it the slightly higher weight capacity. There's a couple other versions of this Etrailer ball mount, some with the exact same drop configurations and ball sizes as this one. But this is the only one that is a solid shank. The other ones have a hollow shank, which means slightly lower weight capacities. So if you need that 10,000 pounds, this is the good choice for you. But if you don't need quite that high capacity, I actually would recommend the hollow shank, just because there's more size variation and it opens up the door to other accessories, like an anti-rattle device that can slide inside that hollow shank. With this one, you still do have a bit of room on the shank, even more underneath, where a collar-style anti-rattle device would still fit on here just fine. That large plate could go on the underside and the U-bolt would sit up top. We actually offer one here at Etrailer if that is something you're looking for, and it'll just take down that rattle or shake and play that might occur inside the receiver tube here and just make the towing experience a bit quieter for you. Construction here is a little unique. You've got a black powder coat over the main platform, but there is an E-coat on the steel underneath. So even if that powder coat scratches away over time, you've got an additional layer for protection against rust and corrosion. Now the ball, hardware, pin and clip, really everything else is black nickel plated. You're going to get a very similar durability on this to a chrome plating that you're probably familiar with on most other ball mounts. The one difference there with this darker finish is that when inevitably that metal on metal contact from your coupler while towing scratches and scuffs the ball, those scratches will be a little less visible due to that darker finish on the ball. Now one measurement to get is going to be from the center of the hitch pin hole to the center of the ball where we're going to be hooking up. And that's going to be about 7 3/4 of an inch. That's important to know for trailer clearance. We can take that measurement to our own vehicle and gauge how far a trailer is going to sit back from our hitch and our bumper to find out turning clearance. But when it comes down to it, this is really a pretty basic option for a ball mount. You'll see tons of other brands on our site that make stuff really similar to this. Where I think the Etrailer ball mount separates itself is that black nickel plating on the ball and pin, the included pin and clip, and just the fact that you get that nice construction with the E-coat underneath too. And the fact that the ball comes pre-torqued out of the box is really unique for me because not everyone has a torque wrench. I've got a vise at home, but I'd have to borrow a torque wrench. And not having to take that extra step for me would be a huge plus when selecting a ball mount. But if you don't think this is going to be the right fit for you, of course, there's plenty of other options on our site and from the Etrailer line. Like I mentioned, those hollow shank options have different drop varieties and even some that come in a rise. And we even offer an adjustable option, so if you have multiple trailers or even more than one truck that you're towing with and you need to adapt that ride height to the different combinations, you can do that too. But if you do think this is the right fit for you, your truck, and your trailer, I think it's going to be a really solid option. And of course, leave a review. Let us know what you think. Show us how you're using the ball mount and how you like it. But again, my name's Aiden here at Etrailer. Thank you so much for watching.